Yo, it's IFWY. We are the motherfucking brand. And we more than a brand. We a community. I am your boy Bird, and I own the clothing brand IFWY. And I've been doing this shit since 2022. You know, I started the brand off with hats, and it evolved into a clothing brand. And I just started trying different shit, and then it just started evolving. But how it really started was I was rapping at first, and I went by the name LOL, and I got music all on YouTube and shit. But when it got to the rapping shit, it just seemed like too it just seemed like everybody had their hand in the pot with the rapping shit. I mean, it ain't like it don't seem like that. It is like that. So I just started thinking about how you can turn merch into the same thing. Like if you think about it, you sell a shirt. Just like if you drop this one shirt, this particular shirt, look at it as like a song, and you keep selling that song, you gonna go platinum. You get what I'm saying? Like so, it's every drop is a song or an album. So I was just like, and I'll have more ownership in the whole situation too. So when I thought about it, I was like, man, let me just do this into a clothing brand because I'm always into fashion, and I just thought about like the ownership of it. I'm being creative, you know. It's not that hard to well. I'm not gonna say it's not hard to build a community, but it's more independent of I'm more in control of creative control of the whole brand and the whole situation, which I was in creative control of my own artwork and my album and everything. But when it came down to it, it seems just like every time you needed to get information, somebody wanted to charge you for the game and shit like that. And I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna try something different. But yeah, you can go on all platforms and still check that out. LOL, LO, LA on lock. LOL, LA on lock. Whatever. But anyway, the clothing brand, IFWY. I fuck with you. I'm forever with you. I'm friends with you. It started in 2022, and how I got to that point was through the music. And what what I came up was everybody wants somebody to be a part of something or be a community of something. And I was just like, I fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? I was just thinking of all these different names, but it's something about I fuck with you just stood out. And I was just like, I'll start thinking about it being explicit and how that might ruffle some feathers and everything. But I was just like, I started thinking about an acronym phase. So when I put it in the acronym phase, IFWY, I went online and I went to go see who owns that in particular, the whole, entity of it. So when I see nobody on it, I instantly got on it. And I was like, okay, I got my brand. I fuck with you, IFWY. Now I'm gonna start selling hats. Oh, the the company, the people they from LA, Dandy's Hats. I was sitting there back watching YouTube one day, and he inspired me. Shout out to Dandy's Hats. They, he inspired me to start over because I had started a clothing brand before this clothing brand, but as far as the ownership of the name and everything, somebody had already owned it, and it kind of, when you start something and you don't succeed on what you want, it'll have you feeling some type of way, especially if you put a lot of your time and your energy into it. So what I'm saying, I never gave up on it. I was just let down about it. So when I seen Dandy's Hats and he had the same similar story about how he had started a clone brand and something happened and he jumped back in the game. So I was like, man, maybe I'll start with hats, because I could take multiple hats and I could sell multiple hats with shirts. It's kind of heavy, you know what I'm saying, and just all that shit. When you get down to the clothing brand, the merch, the jeans, the sweaters, and all that, that's a lot of stuff to be having with inventory and everything. So I was like, let me start with hats. And then, it was going cool and people was liking it and everything. But when I dropped the sweater, I merged to the sweaters and I dropped the sweater, and that's when it went changed, because the people was flocking to the sweaters. They liked the sweaters with the eyes on there and the flames on the sleeve and everything. And it started letting me know that this kind of could go somewhere, you know what I'm saying? And once I started doing that, it just started opening my eyes that, like, I'm not just not doing nothing. People like the stuff that I make, you know what I'm saying? So, and everything that I made on my website, I have created myself, you know what I'm saying? Single handedly, like, use my own mind to figure it all out and everything. So it's it's nothing but love. That's what the brand is about. It's about, I fuck with you. You don't gotta fuck with me. I still fuck with you. I want to see you do good. I want to see you be the best version of the person you supposed to be. You ain't gotta fuck with me. Just keep doing you. You know what I'm saying? And stay out my lane. You know. But it's a lot of things that I have learned, and a lot of emotions that I done went through, because when you first starting off with the game of, oh, I'm gonna start this clothing brand, you know what I'm saying? You just got this thing in your head, you just about to drop this shit, and everybody comes and buys it, and you know what? You hear crickets. You know what I'm saying? But it don't necessarily mean that you did something wrong. You just probably didn't come with the right approach. And you're gonna have to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And find out like what the people like, and just, you know trial and error. That's basically what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm still at the beginning of my run, but I feel like I still have a testimony and a story to tell from where I've been, because I didn't experience a lot of different experiences with friends, family, people I never met before, celebrities. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, it's amazing. And from the results that I have, you know what I'm saying? Even if it was not the results that I want to have, I would still have the mindset to still keep going, still keep trying, still don't let nobody stop you and tell you that you can't make it, bro. You can make that shit. If God gave you the idea to create it, you can make it. You know what I'm saying? So that's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? And just apply pressure every day. You're going to have those overwhelming days where you ain't going to want to do something. But what I learned, and I'm not necessarily right with the way I'm going to say it, but I heard that when you do things that you don't want to do, you working on a muscle that most people don't develop. But the most people who do develop that muscle is athletes, because they always have to keep like applying themselves in their mind and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And I just felt like, that was something deep, and and I want to keep going, keep striving, because that's a whole part of the game about success. To me, is the hustle, is the struggle. I don't want to struggle all for the rest of my life, but I definitely want to prosper and have generational wealth and pass on the torch to my son and my daughter and stuff like that. I could say, let me say, the celebrities who didn't show me like love off the rip, off the brand, I would say Gilbert Arenas. When I met him, he off the rip, he was like, "I'm gonna put it on. I'm gonna wear it on the podcast." Shout out to Gilbert Arenas, Soldier Boy. As soon as I gave him a sweater, that nigga wore it, put it on live. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Soulja Boy. He wore it twice. You know what I'm saying? Uh, um, Michael Blackson. He didn't show me some love. Uh, um, AD, AD from Compton. That nigga definitely showed me some love. You know what I'm saying? T-Rail too. He definitely gave me some game too. T-Rail gave me some game when I went on the show. Um, he was because he used to own was a co-owner of the clothing line with what's the nigga name? I can't even think of the nigga. Tiger. He had the clothing brand with Tiger and shit. But but yeah, there's certain people that stand out and they show the nigga mad love. You know what I'm saying? But even on the people that haven't shown a nigga mad love, or I didn't feel like it was mad love, but it's all love. It's a part of the game. You got to keep striving, keep going. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna have things that, you know, that people just ain't gonna like shit. You know what I'm saying? You gotta find a lane that fits you. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's gonna be about. You know, it's an amazing journey. You know what I'm saying? I've been in the game for about 3 years now, going on 3.5. You know what I'm saying? And I love it. I wake up, I dream about it. I'm not gonna stop. And over here, we just gonna just be the best that we could be. You know what I'm saying? Yes, it's IFWY. You fuck with us or no? It's more than a product. It's a community. You know what I'm saying? And what we do over here, we spread unity. We spread love. We spread respect. We spread respect, and we are on it. So hey, we on all platforms. Not all of them, but we on most of them. The majority ones. We gonna get there. This is episode 1. Hit us on Instagram, IFWY22. Same as YouTube, IFWY22. On TikTok, I Fuck With You podcast. And yeah, that's about it. Oh, the website. Go on the website, check us out. We got some new merch dropping. Uh, IFWY2.com, you know what I'm saying? And peace, you know what I'm saying? Stay out the way, get some pay, and you know what I'm saying? And hope you get laid or something, you know what I'm saying? But hey, IFWY, we are the brand and we out.